And peace, love, thank you. This is great news for all Rhode Island. Because the growing economy benefits all Rhode Island. Because it's translated into better job opportunities for all Rhode Island. But it's particularly a moment of pride for the Latino community here, because it is their hard work that produced these results. Their willingness to risk their labor and their capital in building small businesses that we're celebrating today. And frankly, as Juan said, not only the American dream, it's the American way. Generation after generation come to these shores. They've worked hard. They've built small businesses. We've seen those businesses grow. They provided opportunities to families. They've provided support to communities. This community of South Providence would not be as vibrant and vital today without the contribution of these businesses. And that is remarkable testimony to the hard work, dedication, and the American dream. Now we have to do more ourselves. I was so pleased last week, joining my colleagues, I'm sure the President signed legislation providing a fund now that's going to community banks, not big banks on Wall Street, but banks here in Rhode Island, that are going to lend to small businessmen and women because they'll now have additional capital. And they've been tasked to go out and find the growing small business. So this is a day to celebrate the achievements of this remarkable community, but also celebrate the fact that it's helping all. And I'm pleased and delighted to do this. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Next, I'd like to call a wonderful friend, U.S. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you, Juan. It's always a great pleasure for me to be with my senior senator, Jack Lee. I think I have the best senior senator in the Senate, with my dear friend, our wonderful colleague, Jim Langevin, with Juan Pichardo, who has been a friend and a colleague in government for a long period of time and works wonderfully hard for this community. For Harold Metz, again, we go back many, many, many years, and he's a real advocate for the community. And Keith, wonderful to have you with us. I remember my days as the policy director with my staff was Brian Gillespie, Keith Stokes, and Elizabeth Roberts. It's turned out all right. What a brilliant team. What a brilliant team. So we are here because of this exciting news. Every business wants to see two things: strong revenues and strong growth. And what these facts demonstrate is that the Latino business community is showing very strong revenues, $460 million, nearly $500 million in this economy, and strong growth. That number has more than doubled in just 5 years. So clearly something is going very right in the Latino business community to make this growth and these strong revenues possible. And as Senator Reed said, I hope very much that the work that we have done in the Senate to support small business across the country will pay further dividends as we go forward. That includes additional tax credits for small businesses in the Small Business Act. That includes the extension and expansion of Small Business Administration loan programs for small business. That includes the $30 billion Community Bank Loan Fund that Senator Reed referred to, and it includes what will probably in the next 6 to 7 years be $40 billion in tax credits to small businesses to help them support their health care expense for their employees. So I hope this is the beginning of a story of continued growth and continued success, and I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you, Juan.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, Congressman Langevin.
Well, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I am thrilled to be here today with our senatorial delegation, Senator Reed, our senior senator, and Chairman Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, in support of this report that's come out today. Of course, Senator Juan Pichardo, Senator Harold Metz, and I want to recognize Thomas Avila, the co-founders of the Latino Congressional Business Students Network, which is doing great things, helping to coordinate the Latino community here in Providence and really around Rhode Island, and also
now. We have a lot of stuff that is aligned to continue this growth, not just only for the Hispanic community, but communities like this. Small businesses like these, most of the time don't use a state or federal funds to get that mom and pop shop going. And now, getting a report from our congressional delegation that there is access to capital and that we have a great opportunity to help small businesses. I'd like to call my colleague, Senator Metz, from the Senate, to talk a little bit about our neighborhoods and as we always say, keeping it real, because the reality is we do, when we're in the neighborhood, we hear from our small businesses and we hear that we need to have a better urban strategy, a better opportunity to create more jobs and more businesses locally.
Yeah, thank you, Senator Machado. Just a pleasure to be here. And my family's been in this neighborhood since 1962. So I saw it at its best, and then we saw the decline when a lot of the stores on Broad Street were boarded up. And then we saw a new population move in, concerned about their community. And I want to thank Tomas Sevilla, because he has not only a passion for his own people, but for justice and equality for all people, and it's certainly a model that I try to follow. And how many people can say that you served in the Senate, in the General Assembly with Congressman Landry and Senator Reed? They were both in the General Assembly, and I served with both of them, and certainly Senator Whitehouse. So only in Rhode Island. But I thank God that I know people at a personal level, because it means a lot when you're trying to articulate the things in your community that are important. And one of the things, as long as Senator Machado and I stay on the social issues, we face very little resistance. As soon as we start talking about economic development and open up the doors for minorities, minority business enterprises, women business enterprises, you know, it was 20 years ago that I got the 10% set-aside law passed. And unfortunately, it still has not been enforced. It's still less than 1%, 0.3%. So this is a battle that we're still fighting. And unfortunately, we have a plantation mentality where the contributions of many groups are swept under the rug of history. So whether you want to talk about the first Black regiment, the groups that, other immigrant groups that have come in and contributed to this country, we all make our contributions. And when we all make our contributions, it's like a Bible passage. If I say I'm the ear, does that mean that I don't have to worry about the foot? If I'm the hand, I don't have to worry about the lips. You know, that's in Corinthians. We're all connected, whether we want to realize it or not. And what I do, what you do for our community makes Rhode Island, the city of Providence, better. Over here on the south side, what we do working together makes the state of Rhode Island better. And certainly, what we do, certainly at the federal level, is going to make this country better. And we have to realize that and work together. And I was just so glad to see Keith Stokes. I don't know if I was prophetic, but he came to testify in, I think it was for the Senate Small Business Task Force, which I was honored to be put on by Senator Tigerweed. And I was teasing him. I said, Keith, the way you're talking, you're going to be the next director. I think I was teasing him about it. Little did we both know that it turned. But
Little did I know.
I thank God that you have someone of his caliber in this position that's able to work with a lot of people across the board to make it better for everyone. But the piece that we don't want to forget about when it comes to business, and I was so glad, certainly being an educator, when they had those economic summits at Bryan College, when they talked about, we don't want to lose the key, the sight of education. We still have to bring up the kids' dropout levels, because there's no sense in us bringing jobs to Rhode Island, and then the kids don't have the education and the skills to take these jobs. So education is still a very big piece of what we're doing here today, but I'm honored to work with such a wonderful colleague up in the Senate, because we fight a lot of battles. That's my brother. We fight a lot of battles together, and we're just so honored to support and work for this community. And as long as you're behind us, we're going to do the best we can to make sure that we have this economic justice and equality for everybody. Thank you very much.